Good morning, students. Welcome back to my 42nd video for class 9 social science economics part. So in our last class we have completed revising chapter 1, the story of village Palampur. So today let us start with chapter 2, people as resource. Okay, this is revision class 1. So students, before starting this chapter, some of you have doubt in the topic disguised unemployment. Okay, so let me clear this concept once again. So what is disguised unemployment? So it is a type of unemployment in which people appear to be employed but they are actually not. Okay, so this is a type of unemployment in which you may feel that the people are engaged in work but they are not actually engaged, their productivity is 0. Okay, so let me explain this to you with the help of an example. So suppose there is a plot of land, okay, and this plot of land requires 3 labors. Okay, this plot of land requires 3 labor. Now that plot of land belongs to a family. Okay, it belongs to a family who have 5 members in their family. Okay, so all the 5 members, they are engaged here. So this plot of land requires 3 labors, but actually there are 5 labors, because in that family whose plot of land it belongs to, that family has 5 members. Okay, so as there are 5 members, all the 5 members are engaged in the work in that plot of land. Okay, so now if 5 laborers working in that plot of land, they are producing, suppose, 50 kg of rice. Okay, now all the 5 workers are working in the plot of land and they are producing 50 kg. Okay, now if you remove 2 laborers, okay, if you remove 2 laborers, then also what will happen? The output will remain same as 50 kg only. When 5 laborers are working, then also the output is 50 kg. When 3 laborers are working, then also the output is 50 kg, which means that the productivity of the 2 laborers which we have removed was 0. They were not necessary. ইহঁতক আমাৰ দৰকাৰ নাছিলে ইয়াতে. Okay, so আমি যেতিয়া তাহাঁত দুটাক অতৰাই দিলোঁ, তেতিয়াও আমাৰ আউটপুট একেই থাকিলে, আমাৰ কাম একেখিনিয়ে হ'ল। 3টাই যিমানখিনি কাম কৰিছে, 5টায়ো সেই টোটেল সিমানখিনিয়ে কৰিছিলে. So it will be profitable for us to remove these 2 because their productivity is 0. They can be engaged in other activity, right? So this is disguised unemployment. Okay, so in the villages, the families, they used to have a lot of family members, right? So all the family members, they used to be engaged in a small plot of land that they have. Okay, so what happens? There exists disguised unemployment in case of rural areas. Okay, so what is disguised unemployment? It is a type of unemployment where the people are appeared to be employment and they have work, they have agricultural plot where they can find work, and this usually happens among family members engaged in agricultural activities. So this type of unemployment is mostly seen in agricultural activity. Okay, so the work requires the service of, suppose, 3 people, but there are 5 people engaged in that plot, and these two people are extra, and these two people also walk in the same plot as the others, but their contribution, the contribution that is made by the extra two laborers is 0. If we remove them also, the production will not be hampered. That is called disguised unemployment. So if we see, then we can we will say that 5 people are working in that plot of land, but actually 3 people were only required, right? So 2 of them are having disguised unemployment. Okay, so this is the concept of disguised unemployment. Okay, so I hope this is clear to you. So let me know if it is clear or not. Okay, and if you have like this type of doubt, please mail it to me. Okay, like some of them have given, so then only I will know that you are studying. Okay, if you have doubt, then only I will know that you are studying. If you don't have any doubt, means you are not studying. Okay, either you were studying very nicely or you were not studying at all. Okay, so let us start the chapter 2, people as resource. Okay, so this chapter, people as resource, it is an effort to explain population as a asset for the economy rather than a liability. Now what is asset, what is liability? I have told you before, I hope you remember. Okay, so see, in this chapter, effort has been made to explain the population, means the people of the country, by taking them as an asset. Asset means property of the country. Okay, so property means something useful, right? Rather than a liability. Liability means burden. Okay, rather than considering the entire population of the country as liability, we can consider them as a asset. So to consider them as asset, what should we do? Okay, we will study here. So population becomes human capital, that is asset, when there is investment made in the form of education, training and medical care. Okay, so if no effort is made, will the population be turned into an asset? No, they will be a liability of the country. So in order to make the entire population an asset of the country, it is required for us to make investment in the form of education, expenditure on education, then expenditure on training, and also expenditure on medical care. So human stock, it is the stock of skill and productive knowledge embodied in them. Okay, so human capital is not everyone. Okay, not everyone can be called human capital. If they are a resourceful person of the country, if they are doing something for the betterment of the country, if they are having knowledge, productive knowledge, or they are having skill that is used for doing something that is beneficial for the country, then only they can be considered as an asset. Okay, so let us start this chapter with a small story. Okay,
let us start with a short story. Many years ago, in a small village called Kishanpur, lived 2 friends, Danu and Mishri. Danu's father worked on a fishing boat. Danu's mother sold the fish at the village market. Danu's parents were not interested in sending Danu to school. They wanted him to grow big and strong quickly to help them with catching and selling fish. Mishri's parents worked as farm laborers on paddy fields. Mishri's parents wanted Mishri to study and make a good career for herself. So while Mishri started going to the village school, Danu spent all his time roaming around in the village. Mishri's parents took her to the doctor every time she was sick. Danu's parents could not afford good medical care for him, and he developed a chronic liver disease. In a few years, Mishri completed her schooling and went on to take a vocational course or training in computer applications. Danu, on the other hand, kept too sick to even get trained as a fisherman. Today, Mishri earns a good salary working in an office in a nearby city. Danu makes a meager living selling fish in the village market. Both Danu and Mishri came from the same village and from quite similar family backgrounds. So, why is Mishri's present situation far better than Danu's? The three things that made Mishri achieve a better position in life than Danu are education, good health care, and training. Uneducated, untrained and unhealthy people like Danu are a nation's liability. Such people find it difficult to care for themselves and can do little for society. On the other hand, educated, trained and healthy people like Mishri are an asset to the nation. These people not only make a good life for themselves, but they also contribute to the betterment of society. Education, good medical care and training are the three investments that transform people into assets or resources. Such educated, healthy and well-trained people constitute the human resource or human capital of a nation. India's rising population is often seen as a problem.
So students, I hope now you have got the idea of asset and liability, who are considered as an asset and the people who are considered as a liability. Okay, so if you are not doing anything productive for the country, if you do not have any knowledge, you do not have any skill, then you cannot be considered as a asset. You will be considered as a burden of the country. Okay, you will be considered as a liability of the country. But if you can you have skill, you have knowledge for various things that you do that gives benefit to the country, then you will be considered as a asset of the country. Okay, so for making the population as an asset, there has to be made investment in the form of education, health and training. Okay, so this much for today. Please go through what we have
Let us
discussed.
start.
Okay, thank you.